Welcome into Wager Talk TV. I'm Drew Martin, joined by Steve Merrill and Tony Mejia of WagerTalk.com. We're talking Midwest region here in the NCAA tournament. We got San Diego State and Syracuse, Tony. Looks like the Aztecs, minus 3-point favorites, 138.5 being the total. Mountain West and ACC squaring off here, round one. What are you liking here, San Diego State, Syracuse, Tony?
I think the Aztecs were the class of a conference that was pretty good this year for anybody that was paying attention. Boise State was decent. Colorado State really stepped up. Utah State is in this tournament and is one of those teams that really merits attention because they have a shot blocker inside. And so this is a league that I guess people call it mid-major still, but probably is much closer to the ACC in terms of the level of play that we've seen this season than it ever has been. So I don't see San Diego State as an underdog here, and neither does the bookmakers installing the Aztecs as a favorite. Syracuse is one of the final teams in the bracket to reach to get the call here, and they were one of those teams that had to really worry after they got eliminated in the ACC tournament. But again, I think Jim Boeheim's done a decent job, certainly better than his buddy Mike Krzyzewski, considering that the Syracuse Orange aren't as talented as Duke was, and yet here they are in this tournament. And I think you have a situation where they're going to need to shoot the three ball extremely well to beat a San Diego State squad that is really sound on the defensive end. I would lean the under here because with Syracuse's zone and San Diego State's ability to defend, you probably see a lower paced game than you ordinarily would in this type of tournament setting. So I'm leaning towards that under, but I think San Diego State is the stronger play. So lean total, definitely like the Aztecs. I think that they've got enough offense to turn back the ACC squad, and what will not be an upset, but will be viewed by the viewing public as something like an eyebrow raiser.
Right. I guess just not as big of a name there, Tony. We got the 6-11 here, Steve. The Aztecs laying 138.5 the total. Are you liking anything here?
A couple of things. First of all, the line opened 2, went up to 3 quickly early in the week. I agreed with that move. My power ratings actually favor San Diego State, Drew, by 4.5 points in this game. So I did think that opening line of 2 was short, and now we're seeing mostly -3s, and he might even continue to go a bit higher by game time later this week. Another thing, we did not get the tournament last year. It's hard to believe it's been 2 years since we've all been able to talk about an NCAA tournament. It doesn't feel like it's been 2 years. But last year, it was obviously unfortunate not to have a tournament, but it was really unfortunate if you liked San Diego State. They were my dark horse last year. They were top 10 efficiency, both offense and defense, one of the most balanced teams in the country. And what I really liked about them is they played slower than any of those other top 2 or 3 seeds that were going to be in last year's tournament. And those teams are always very dangerous in the postseason. The Aztecs, once again, a very good slow-down half-court defensive team, and I like these type of teams in tournament play. Now, Syracuse's matchup zone defense is always a concern, especially when you don't see it. A Mountain West team like San Diego State will be very unfamiliar with it. However, they've got a full week to prepare, so they're catching Syracuse at the right time. If this was the round of 32 game where you only had 1 day to prepare for your opponent, I think Syracuse would have more of an edge with that zone defense. Less so here. As Tony said, San Diego State's the better team. I rate them basically higher in all the key statistical categories, and they shoot the 3 ball pretty well, right below 38% for the season. So I think they match up well, especially with the extra time to prepare for that zone defense. San Diego State, slow-down half-court team, always dangerous come postseason.
He's Steve Merrill, also Tony Mejia at WagerTalk.com. Guys, a lot of free content at WagerTalk and SportsMemo.com. So make sure to check out both websites. And actually, we got a good coupon code here at WagerTalk.com. MM50, that's MM50 at checkout. Takes $50 off March Madness package. Good through the national championship game. Check that out, WagerTalk.com. Coupon code MM50 at checkout.